Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. And with that being said, I hope that you are all having a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are out there in the world. So from my video the other day, we have basically sold off. And what was my video about the other day? Well, it was the key level that Bitcoin needed to daily close over in order for us to be bullish. And that was 73.3K. I don't think that I need to tell you guys that we didn't close over that level, because we are now down to about 68.5K and the market basically sold off. Now, if we go over here to the top gainers and losers, we could see that even in the top 500, there's barely, movement happening right now across the board for altcoins. Most of the altcoin market, and even most of the ones that are still pumping heavily right now, they are still 50+% down from their all-time highs. So altcoins haven't really moved much. We're not even in alt season yet. So if you are getting impatient on your altcoin currently, I think that that is a very, very big mistake. Now, before we get into everything, I want you all to prepare accordingly for what's happening. So, as we get into the later weeks and months of this year, everyone should be securing their crypto. At a time where most of the holdings in terms of altcoins are about to do a 5-10x plus, there's going to be a lot of scams, there's going to be a lot of phishing attacks, you name it. Now is the best time to go and get cold storage. I have been promoting Ledger, I've been promoting DCENT Wallet for a very long time. If you guys do want to go and get a DCENT wallet, I'm more so a big fan of DCENT rather than Ledger. Again, I don't think that I need to explain myself on why. I've always loved DCENT Wallets. I've been loving their UI. I just wish that there was one thing that they did have, which was a desktop app, but it is what it is, right? But DCENT Wallet has been a big fan favorite of the channel as well. I'm sure that a lot of you out there already own a DCENT Wallet, but if you don't already, you guys can utilize my link down in the description below, as well as in the comments below, and save $30 right now on a single pack and up to $100 almost off of the double pack. Again, now is the best time to be doing this as we prepare for the next big wave in the market. And like I said, securing your crypto is the best thing that you can do, not only for yourself to sleep stress-free, but also to make sure that you are securing your gains. You never want to lose out on having your wallet hacked or something like that on a centralized exchange. A DCENT wallet, a cold storage crypto wallet, is the highest grade security possible. Never sign any transactions with your cold storage device. That is putting your crypto at risk, even if it is in cold storage. But DCENT Wallet has been a major fan favorite of the channel. It's been one that I've been utilizing for a very long time. So if you guys do want to go check it out, you guys are more than welcome to, with the links down in the description below, as in the comments below. And yes, this is an affiliate deal, so I do make money off of you guys purchasing, but it is a thing that I utilize on a daily basis. And a lot of the individuals from the channel have been utilizing a DCENT Wallet as well. And I'm sure that they could give you guys a little bit of an insight on how solid of a cold storage device DCENT actually is. Now, with all of that in mind, let's actually talk about a few things. So, altcoins. Big shout out to Sir Rob Art for this. We have the overwhelming majority of alts are still down 80 to 90% from their all-time highs. I don't think the top is in, and neither do I. I think hundreds of alts need to be at roughly 50% below all-time highs and some form new all-time highs before the top comes in. Now, with this in mind, right? As we look at altcoins right now, and even XRP, most of the market has been extremely frustrating to watch, because as we see these altcoins like XRP just ranging and ranging and ranging, if we go back to the top gainers, right, and we go back to the last 30 days and we go to the all-time, we're still seeing massive movements across the board for a lot of these meme coins. Now, I could pick any of these meme coins out of this bunch. For an example, let me just grab one meme coin here. So this is a meme coin that has done an absolute massive run up, but look at these moves, right? This is an illiquid project. Look at the volumes on this, like $2,000 in 24-hour volume. this move here was just from roughly almost $600,000. Guys, this is an illiquid garbage coin. So when we are looking at these top gainers in this market, you can't compare them to something like XRP that has almost $2.5 billion in 24-hour volume and is still sitting at about roughly 60 cents. Again, this is what separates the market. You have the illiquid trash, and you also have the liquid, solid utility projects that haven't moved just yet. But just like Rob is saying over here, most of the altcoin market hasn't moved. And remember, right? Currently speaking, if you think that the market is topped out, remember that it is election year. Remember this post from April 1st? I said, check out the two charts below, zero doubt and zero emotions. Here's the last two major elections. Look at the gains from them. Over here, election cycles, 2012, 2016, 2020, and even today. And this was, again, early in 2023 when this got posted by Grayscale. But regardless, we are in election year, and election year typically means that we are about to have a big move in the overall market. And as we look at Bitcoin right now, we could still see a deeper sell-off. I've said it many times in the past. The big thing that we were watching for on the daily, and I actually have it over here, was a daily candle close above $73,000. On the actual index here, so if we go back to the daily chart here, I was mainly watching for a daily candle close about roughly 73,000, almost 200. Ultimately, a daily candle close over $73,600 would have been even more bullish, because that is making a new high on this chart. But regardless, we didn't get that daily candle close. In fact, we closed right around resistance, which is why we reject it heavily off of it. But as we look at the 3-day chart on this one, it looks pretty bearish. Again, 3-day candle is telling you everything that you need to see, which is there is resistance at $71,550 some on Bitcoin that we are rejecting off of right now. Now, are we expecting this massive drop down to $57,000 right now? Not exactly, because we still haven't lost the uptrend. And what am I talking about? Well, that's this uptrend over here. Now, this is a one-day chart on Bitcoin, which I've been watching. And even if you looked at the EMAs, right, we're still maintaining the EMA. Everyone has been saying, oh, well, we're about to retest the 200 daily EMA. That's down here at $49,000. Now, is that a possibility? Technically speaking, it is, but is it something that we are watching for right now? No. And the reason why is go all the way back to the 2021 bull cycle, right? We did not touch the 200 daily EMA from September of 2020 all the way into May of 2021. That's how long it took for us to actually retest that 200 daily EMA. So I'm not expecting that right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if we possibly tapped the 50, which was 64,451 on this chart. But on the 3-day is what I'm really looking at, possibly us testing the 20 or even lower. Again, this is where we really look at the 53-day EMA at about roughly $53,000. 54 to 58K is a target of mine on this chart if we lose that upper trend line, right? So if we lose this uptrend on Bitcoin, which would be right around like roughly $67,740 some dollars, it's like right around here, right? If we lose this, that is a big bearish signal. But as you guys do see, and this is what I've been watching for even since we started to sell off back in the end of March, we have this level here, which is a low, right? Followed by a higher low. And that's what we want to see happen right here, is a higher low. That way we could possibly retest this resistance and get into a higher high scenario, which is what I'm really looking at with this trajectory up here. But I also have this possible level down here of us breaking down through this and having a major sell-off. Now, the initial demand zone, which would be around like $60,000, is the first level that we are watching for an impulsive move off of, or a bounce, I should say. But then after that, we really look at where the next major demand zone is. And if we go all the way back to, let's go back on the weekly chart to 2021, because again, there's not a lot of demand zone recent this year, because that would be around like $51,000, $50-some thousand, like right around here. what we are mainly looking at is backtesting resistance or possibly backtesting a support zone. Again, a lot of the areas back here in terms of demand is anywhere between 50,000 all the way up to about like roughly 55, 58K. Again, we need to watch closely on what Bitcoin is about to do here, because it could be a big opportunity for us to accumulate altcoins on very, very decent discounts, or we possibly get a big move to the upside yet again. The best way to prepare for this is simply by doing nothing. What you do is have stable coins on the sidelines, remain calm in your high conviction plays, and if we see significant lows being tapped in on altcoins where they are selling off into support zones and demand zones, you take positions. But the big thing to focus on is, what if we are topped out? What if this is the top? How will we know if it is the top? Well, what we will be watching for at that time on Bitcoin is mainly us losing significant demand zones. Again, the last major demand zone on Bitcoin here is roughly $50,000. A loss of 50K, in my opinion, would tell us everything that we need to know about Bitcoin at the current moment. But we still have to lose significant levels before we even think about Bitcoin being topped out. Like I said, I don't think that the market is topped out simply because most of the altcoin market has barely moved. It's been just a liquid trash. This is why we really look at the other factors behind the space as well. Also, another great chart to look at is the total 2. This chart has just been ranging for a while. So this is the altcoin market excluding Bitcoin. This still has not had a big breakout yet. And we actually have here from Bobby A, essential moving averages rising, weekly golden cross, bullishly consolidating below weekly resistance 1, weekly bull pennant targeting a new all-time high near 2 trillion in progress. Most aren't ready. And again, this is also why I said, as we look at Bitcoin, right, everyone is thinking that the market has topped out already. And I don't understand why anyone is even thinking that right now. Most of those individuals are ones that are gambling meme coins and they're getting absolutely wrecked. Or maybe they are just sitting here and they're looking at the macro in terms of the economy. And they think, oh, well, the Fed is about to print bearish news for us. So that's going to have the charts react in a bearish way. Most of the market's sold off. Again, I don't think that that is the case. The scenario that I'm mainly watching for here on Bitcoin is if we do have a major sell-off, I do think that we bottom somewhere around roughly the $56,000 to $58,000 level. This level here at about roughly $54,400, that's also a possibility of us getting a test of. But anyways, it's at the low to mid-range $50,000 level if we lose this uptrend. But the thing is if we lose this uptrend. So far, we haven't, and we've been maintaining this. All we need to do is print a new high on this chart, and that will confirm a much larger expansion to $80,000 plus on Bitcoin. Now, as we do look at that, right, we are still watching the altcoin market. And big shout out to actually Kevin Svensson over here. We have altcoin market cap total 3 positioned for a massive bull run. People often forget after Bitcoin halving is when the narrative shifts towards altcoins. And here we look at altcoins and we are focused on what's happening here. So first off, what we are looking at is breaking over that lower high level from 2022, which would be right around almost $840 billion. After that, we target the all-time high for the total 3. There, we really look at the possibility of us going to $2 trillion on this chart to possibly even $5 trillion for the altcoin market. Because if we are looking at the total market going to $5 to $7 trillion, I do think that altcoins are going to make up a very large percentage of that market, because I think that a lot of people are going to realize, hey, Bitcoin's not going to print us, millions. Altcoins will. So that's where we start to see altcoins really steal the show. Now for XRP, because I know that everyone's going to be thinking about, what about XRP? I think that this tweet really kind of resonates with everyone, including even myself. We have XRP has been dragged through the mud. Big shout out to Pharaoh X33 for this. When it rises, they'll continue to prey on its downfall. It was always inevitable. It hasn't remained in the top 10 throughout all these years for no reason. It's exactly where it's supposed to be at this very moment, and it will go exactly where it's supposed to go exactly when it does. And I couldn't agree more with this, right? One of the big things that I've been talking about is the XRP Bitcoin pair. I mean, look at where this thing is right now. It's basically flatlined in this launch pad area. This is the XRP launchpad that will ultimately print new millionaires that are holding a significant amount of XRP. And the key word there is a significant amount of XRP. Significant. Because you are not going to get rich holding just 500 or 1,000 XRP this cycle. No. I'm mainly watching for XRP to go to $5 to $10 initially. I know that it could go to $15 to $20 possibly if there is enough, hype behind it and demand behind it. But mainly $5 to $10. If you are unhappy with that price prediction, it's okay. It doesn't matter. It's a price prediction. Price predictions are just, things that are thrown out there, right? It's what people are looking at in the most hypothetical way, right? If it goes any higher than $10 plus, I will be extremely happy. But I'm already going to be taking profits at the all-time high to $5 to $10. Now, I'll always keep a moon bag just in case. But price predictions, guys, you don't have to put a lot of weight on price predictions because the market will do what the market is going to do. Nobody's going to be making these markets in terms of, hey, I think that's going to $15. Let's make it happen. No, nobody's going to be able to do that. The market will print us what the market wants to print. But when we look at XRP, it is primed for a major, major move. We've been focused on this for a very long time. I know that you guys have been hearing about it for a very, very long time. But regardless, as what anyone is going to tell you, right? When we look at XRP today and the overall chart setup for it, it is one of the most bullish altcoin charts in this space right now. It is in a macro pennant, just waiting for a big breakout to the upside. Again, XRP will be a dominant force in this cycle. And the reason why I believe so is, just like Pharaoh was saying, it is in the top 10 for a reason. It is one of the largest projects in the space to date. It is one of the most, it's one of the strongest altcoins as well. I mean, think about it. You're not going to go through a 2.5 year long lawsuit and remain in the top 10 if you were not a strong altcoin. The community behind XRP is extremely strong as well. We still haven't got to the point where altcoins are breaking out, but typically speaking, when we look at Bitcoin halving, that is the event that allows altcoins to break out after the fact. So we have to wait, watch, and see. As we look at Bitcoin, again, my personal preference on Bitcoin right now would be us maintaining the uptrend on this chart. Anything is possible. We could still see the mid to low $50,000 range being tested. I'm not expecting it, but it is still something that we need to keep in the back of our minds just in case we do get it. The best way to prepare for either scenario is just like I said, simply do nothing. Have stable coins on the sidelines, just park there in case we do go to significant levels. But regardless, I do think that this market is setting up for a major move to the upside. We have been ranging for a little bit of time. It is election year. A lot of people are still on the fence on if the entire market is topped out, if we're about to have a massive sell-off, things like that. So typically when we are seeing a lot of uncertainty like that, we're starting to see a lot of people doubting what the market is going to do. We typically do the opposite, which is wake up in a very large way. So that's what we're really kind of watching for. We have to wait and see. But regardless, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.